channel.
My name is APB Curvis.
And I'm APB Lewis.
And behind us, we have a 1993 Toyota Supra.
And I told him not to say that, but it doesn't matter. It's not our car.
It's not. This is a USDM left-hand drive vehicle. The owner was previously featured as the Silver Supra.
It's cousin Erick.
Yep.
The only hacker I know. So, as you guys can see, he upgraded, or I guess he didn't upgrade it. He basically copied and pasted. I feel like all Supra guys just copy and paste the same thing. I can guarantee you guys that if you Google black Supra CCWs, you'll see a car just like this, and maybe you'll see another 1,500 of them.
Yeah.
Everybody does the same thing with these cars. It's like, you know, I guess once you figure out what works and what's best for it, you just keep on doing it.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about this car, it is a Targa and with a left-hand drive. I know that those are more limited than whatever the right-hand drive specs came out to. But why don't we touch base on the exterior a bit?
Yeah, so as you guys can see, he probably has an eBay carbon fiber lip. It doesn't matter. The lip is all beat up anyways. This car actually was a lot lower before, so the lip has some spider cracks.
As far as the braking system, it has CTSV front calipers. These things are massive. I do want to touch base on that. Like, they're the size of my head. All jokes aside, these things are fucking massive.
So, his brother Curvis said it has some big brakes, but also has these nice 3-piece CCW Classics. They're polished lips with the matte black faces. The crazy thing about this is that it actually is drag pack, so the front wheels are actually bigger than the rear. So these front ones are 18 by 10, and those rear ones are 17 by 11 and a half. So the purpose of that is because it's a rear-wheel drive car, and this car is actually making a pretty decent amount of horsepower. I want to say it's like 800 on the 85. So that's why he has these big beefy tires so he can catch tractions. And the front are just bigger, so the diameter of the front wheel matches the rear, or vice versa. So the smaller wheel is just for more traction and a fatter tire.
As far as aesthetic goes, he has the typical Supra wing. Just about every Supra either doesn't have a wing or has this wing or has the TRD wing. It's just a stock turbo wing to my knowledge. Nothing really fancy about it. They do look good. Looks like an Integra Type R wing on a wider basis, to be honest. As far as exhaust, he has the HKS 4-inch exhaust. This thing was straight pipe before, and let me just tell you, it was horrible, ear-piercingly loud. You did not want it, like it was bad. This is a lot more of a subtle exhaust. It makes all the right noises. It did shoot flames before. Now it's more quiet, but I think it does more. It's more of a suitable driver. The straight pipe was obnoxious.
Yeah, but this thing sounds nice.
Yeah, it does. It sounds great.
The roller we're gonna show you guys in a bit, and the blow-off valve and the exhaust, the turbo noises. It makes every perfect combo. Like it's like every racer's dream come true.
100%.
All those hot chews. It's crazy. I love it.
Aesthetically, this car does look great. Like Brother Lewis said, it looks like every other copy and paste Supra that you see.
Yeah. And I say that, and I don't want to, no hate on Cousin Erick.
Nah.
It's a nice car. It's a very beautiful car. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he was able to get rid of that right-hand drive one and get this one. And he did buy this car as a shell, so much credit to him because he did build, yet again, another nice car.
Another nice car, yeah.
As far as interior goes, this car has 2 bucket seats, a bolt-in cage, relocated battery with the loose fuse box for whatever reason. This is the fuel pump hanger. I believe he has a triple fuel pump setup. I don't even know how in depth to go with that. But this car is very nice put together by Cousin Erick. 2 bucket seats, Corbero. Other than that, is just that's pretty much all you can see in here. This is not a family-friendly car. This is for 2 people, and I get it. It's an 800 horsepower car we're talking about. Now, we're going to make our way to the front. I got to be cliche when I do that. We're going to make our way to the front where you can see he has his Haltech display, his keypad with 3 boost settings.
As you guys can see, this bay is super clean, and it looks freshly painted. Why does it look freshly painted? I don't know, maybe a shameless plug that we painted it ourselves. Yeah, it came out like half of it is beautiful. The other half, I don't know what happened to the clear coat in this half. But it looks a million times better than this looked like last season because it was just a typical Supra bay. It had a bunch of like scratches and stuff, so you could see all the way through the clear and everything like that. I mean, through the primer or the bare metal. You because I guess they were taking it out of the engine, because this car was not like an all original car when he got it. It was already modified, and the guy took it apart and he bought us the shop. Actually, like a reoccurring topic with us. We just love buying other people's projects. In my opinion, it's the best way to get into something. It's, whether it's a Supra, a Lambo, a Porsche, a Honda Civic, a Type R, as you guys just saw. I feel like that's the best way to get into things, because it's probably, from my opinion, it's probably the most affordable route to get, at least to get into one, and then you can always save up and move forward from that. So, without speaking anymore, let's get into this engine bay. So, as you can see, there's a huge turbo. Has some custom downpipe with wastegate recirculated in. It was done by Pro E-Shift. I think that's a shop nearby that did that. It has VC cam gears. It has Haltech coil-on plugs. It has a bunch of PHR, Powerhouse Racing for those non-2JZ guys. Accessories, it has, I can see it has down to the hoses, clamps, oil cap. I think this is a swirl for the
Swirl pop.
I think this is
Cooler.
oh no, this is actually, it's not a swirl. This is the power steering reservoir. PHR makes a bunch of 2JZ parts that, as you guys can see, looks great on cars. So a little bit on this car, it's actually not a 2JZ GTE like you would think. It's actually a 2JZ GE out of an SC300. Why he did that, I don't know. Maybe in the next review we should probably bring the owner so they can talk about their car better than we can. But as you guys can see, this bay looks phenomenal. Just needs a little bit of clear on this side. Has all this chrome stuff polished, looks great. Even the valve cover, I didn't even know he did the valve covers. It looks pretty cool. I guess they got chrome coated.
Chrome
right?
plated, yeah.
I guess something like that. I do have a spec sheet, and since it's not my car, I can't tell you off the top of my head. So I'm gonna read off the list that Eric gave me. So it's a GE block. It's actually a built block. So it has Manley Pistons, BC rods, GSC valve spring and retainers, GSC Stage 2 cams, Real Street manifold. I guess it's a turbo manifold. 75, 76 precision turbo. That's why it's so massive. 2000 cc injectors, and 3, Brother Carver's right, 3 250 fuel pumps. This is a stock intake manifold. It has a drive-by-wire throttle body. Haltech Nexus ECU, Haltech dash. It has all upgraded suspension arms. And it has, as Brother Carver said, it has 3 settings for boost, or 4 settings for boost. It's preset on 17. The first click of the button is 22. The third click of the button, or the second click of the button, is 26, and the final click of the button is 30 pounds. Which at 30 pounds, I have no idea what this car drives like, and I don't want to know. It just sounds like this car is going to be all over the road, and it's going to be making noises and redlining, and I don't want this liability. So we're going to keep driving it at 17. And honestly, it drives phenomenal for 17 pounds, and I think that's more power than anybody could want. I don't know what 17 pounds equates to in horsepower, but on my butt dyno, I don't know anything about butt dynos. I'm gonna say 600. So
I think like 530.
Yeah, between 500 and 600. So I say, on my SC300, if I do keep it, I do plan on going for about 600 horsepower. Which, driving that, it feels great. CTSV calipers, like Brother Curvis said, it has twin turbo rear calipers. It does have a GT head, as you guys can see by the manifold. We already talked about the wheels, talked about the exhaust, and it does have dual. I mean, obviously it's gonna have dual with that big turbo. Dual 44mm wastegates, a Tial blow-off valve, which sounds fantastic. I'm sure you guys seen the clip already. It sounds amazing. A tie and roll cage, and then a 12 AN catch can. I feel like there's something he's missing.
The coilovers.
And the HKS coilovers. It does also have a Brake Master Delete. I can't see the company on that. And it has an aftermarket Clutch Master. I can't see it. Oh, it's tilted. Wow.
Quick question. So
Eric is killing it right now.
So question, if you drove the other car with the brake booster delete, what's your opinion on this one?
The other car didn't have a brake booster delete.
That's up.
So this car, being that it has a brake booster delete, it absolutely drives like crap. We are gonna get in the car in a little bit and drive, see the inside the cabin feel of us driving the car. But I don't know. I want to give a round of applause to cousin Eric. He did a great job. This is a nice car. I would just because our name is on it. I do want to redo this bay, and I mean, honestly, it's cousin Eric's fault because he was rushing us, and we did this in the winter, and I wasn't ready, and I didn't want to do it in the time frame that he wanted me to do it. So I blame him for rushing me for this terrible turnout. Honestly, I hate to do this because I'm not that type of person, but I have to give Brother Curvis the credit because he did clear coat that side of the engine bay, and I clear coated this side. So that side of the engine bay looks better. So as you guys can see, it's super shiny, beautiful, paint laid out fine. I did paint, the paint laid out fine, but the actual clear coat on that side is just a million times better than it is on this side. So that's it for the engine bay. Let's get in the car and take it for some rips.
5 grand.
All right, guys, so we're gonna do a couple pulls just to show you guys the inside the cabin, POV. So as you guys can hear, this thing is loud. I don't have my mics on because it's just gonna pick up all the chatter anyway. So right now we're in third gear, about 3,000 RPMs, and we're at the 17 PSI setting right now, boost setting. So we're gonna drop a gear and disappear, right? No, I think. All right, we're gonna go a second. Ready? Here we go. Oh, we had overboost. Oh no, that can't be good. Sorry, cousin Eric.
What?
I don't know what that means.
What is? It went away. Fuck it.
All right, I wasn't in it too long, cousin Eric. As you can see, it just happened. So we're not gonna go. Actually, we're not gonna go up on the boost settings because I don't want any trouble for cousin Eric. We're just gonna go hit this U-turn and maybe do one more pull and seal the deal. Yeah. Oh shit, that was Curtis.
Yep.
He made it.
Legend. There's no stop here. But be careful with this guy.
So this car feels great. I'm telling you guys, for 600 horsepower to feel this linear, this instant. The other car, his great car, it was just like, I think he had such a smaller turbo that it was hitting boost at like 2,000 RPM. So you literally were early shifting just so you weren't like doing like, jerking back and forth. So I gotta say, like, this car, I gotta say, like, he learned so much from his last car that he like perfected it on this one. So I'm just like, not even like because he's my cousin. You guys know I'm heavy on this guy. So, but this thing, like, just feel this. This thing just feels great. Besides the brakes are very, very sketchy. The brakes, the no master on the brakes.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the sketchiest thing. Make sure you're recording.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying.
It's the sketchiest thing. But besides that, amazing car. All right, guys.
With that being said, Supra review is over.
It was a pleasure reviewing this car. This car is actually, I gotta give another round of applause to cousin Eric. He did a great job with this car. Driving the other one to this one, I think this car he's developed as a hacker so much that like I almost gotta take that name away from him.
Yeah, I don't.
But y'all saw the fuse box just flopping around back there. I can't get it taken away from him yet.
Yeah. I mean, he did an excellent job on this car. I'll give him all the props. Give him all the flowers, as whatever you want to say. But he did an excellent job with this car. This car is very well put together. I haven't driven this one, but the other one was impossible to drive with the whole clutch setup. Everything was too aggressive to where it was uncomfortable to drive. From what brother tells me on this, I have no interest in driving this, just to be clear. But from what brother tells me, it is a night and day difference.
Amazing.
And I will just say, aesthetically, he had Forge stars on this car before. I love how it looks. Brother Lewis thinks it's played out. I actually love the simplicity.
It's just a copy and paste. It looks great. Like I said, it looks great.
Supras are a simple platform aesthetically, and he did a great job just making it look good. You can make these cars look ugly, believe it or not. It's hard, but you can. And this is actually, I feel, a very well put together car, and I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Yep, I agree. And even has AC. For 800 horsepower, have AC, that's amazing. So
30 PSI, AC. So
Yep.
It sounds fun.
thank you guys for tuning in.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe,
Turn your notification bell on.
and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Later.